What's up everyone, Ian here. I'm going to go ahead and take you guys through the side plank. This is going to be a video for our foundational program, Mobility 101. In order to get that, you can go ahead and head over to marcotrainingsystems.com or check the text box below for the information on that. So, whenever I teach someone the side plank, I always like to show them an alternative view before even getting them in and starting their first rep. The reason I do this is because anytime we're training the obliques, they're going to be so important in terms of anti-rotation, counter-rotation, rotation, anything really to do with rotation of the pelvis, the upper back, the spine in general. So the obliques are going to play a huge role in that, and having someone see it from the side view is really going to help them in terms of knowing where we want their position to be for their spine. So what I'll have everyone do is actually start off in a view like this. So maybe I'll show them and I'll be where they'll be standing where the camera is. But if you look at it from the side and you see most people in their side planks, what they're going to end up doing is they're going to end up with a lot of this stuff. So you can see that my head is in front of my center of mass. I don't have any line going on at all. And I'm even really flexing my thoracic and putting way too much stress on my shoulder and not enough tension on my actual obliques. So I'll have them see that view. We're going to show you a couple of different options today, but in general, I like to start everybody at just below 90 degrees of hip flexion, so around here or even a little bit lower in terms of where they're going to start with me. But straight legs or any of those other options are definitely something that I also use. So when we're here, I like to really emphasize the idea of getting their positioning ready with their breathing. Once they get everything down low, right, I like to lift the chest up to promote length in the spine. I'll show you the other view, but my elbow is directly under my shoulder. And then from there, I'm going to kind of push the ground away from me with my shoulder first. Then I can drive my hip through the ground. And now you'll see from the side view, there's a much straighter line being created, and I have tension on my obliques. My neck is even working in a different way so that it's not forward and it's also not falling off. We're going to keep it nice and straight, drive the hip through the ground so my whole entire lateral line or whole entire left side of my body is really firing through the ground. Now to see that from the front view, again, like I talked about, this shoulder or this elbow is going to be directly under, and then I'm going to have myself in that nice line. This is in a good positioning. Lift chest up, stay long, drive away first, even pull abs away from the ground. Then I can get that hip working, put it all together, and hold. So now the tension is on the right area. I feel all of this side working, especially my oblique right here, and that's going to help me feel the right things. Now, a couple of different options that we can show you within that as progressions. Like I said, that would be my base. That would be where I would work on. If you can't get 30 seconds there, keep trying. Don't move on to the next thing yet. Now from there, what I can actually work on is starting to introduce a little bit more tension on the outside of this hip. So if I lift this hip up, now I'm working on this. There's a big difference between this, internal rotation, external rotation, and just neutral. That will fire different muscles, all things that are options. Now the same thing with that, I can start off nice and straight. So now I'm here, and I have this out to the side. Now this leg is working in a different manner because it's locked out nice and straight. So those are all options to mess around with. Assess your weaknesses, start with the base, and then move on from there. 60 seconds is a great baseline for you guys to get to. 30 seconds should be a bare minimum. Working those in 2 to 3 times a week would be really, really helpful. Even for someone who's working on their mobility, getting stability in their core, it's going to do wonders for progressing. When you're doing your thoracic cars, when you're doing your other shoulder cars, you might notice that you're not losing your hips so much. You're not turning your lower back as much because the strength and awareness within those obliques is there. Give that a shot. Let me know if you have any questions. And again, you can find all the information below to get that foundational program. It's going to be a great one. Enjoy the rest of your day.